Hi everybody. In this section, we're going to talk about how do we do the ANOVA test in SPSS. In general, what we need to do in SPSS for like ANOVA test is simply click on Analyze, Compare Means, and we choose one-way ANOVA. When we do the actual choosing the variables, we'll be moving the numerical variables into the dependent list because that's what you're comparing, and move the grouping variable into the factor box. And we also need to choose on the options and put a check next to the descriptives that can give us some information on the descriptive stats, and click continue and then hit OK. So I'm going to show you one example of using the ANOVA test. This problem is about birth weights. Okay, so the dataset birth lists birth weight from babies born at several hospitals. So the one is Albany Medical Center, and second is the Bellevue Hospital in New York City, and Olin General Hospital and Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester, New York. Use a 0.05 significance level to test the claim that different hospitals may have different mean birth weights. So the step number one for us to do the hypothesis testing will be checking the statement. Okay, so again, over here, the statement will be the hypothesis you're testing is from the last sentence. Let me highlight that real quick. So using a 0.05 significance level to test the claim that different hospitals have different mean birth weights, which means they're talking about the mean birth weights from these 4 hospitals are different, right? So that fits the ANOVA tests. Null hypothesis would be saying all the means are equal. Alternative hypothesis says at least one of the means is different from the others. This is standard hypothesis in the ANOVA test that we have learned. Okay, let's see how do we carry this out in SPSS. So here is the actual data set of the birth, and we can see that in this data set, there are several columns. Okay, the first column we see is about the facility, but these are actually strings, right? These are strings. Second column is insurance, which is not what we're interested in. We're interested in the birth weights. So it's about this column, birth weights. Okay, birth weights. There's one more column, which is called the facility, but in numerical letters. Okay, this is actually the column you can operate on. Let's take a look at this column, by the way. If you look at this column for the facility numeric, you can look at it's actually a numeric variable, and its values are based on this table. So it tells us if it's 1, then it indicates from the Albany Medical Center. If it's 3, then it's basically like Olin General Hospital. Okay, so you can work on this for any kind of data analysis. In the future, if there's need for us to talk about how do you convert a string variable to a numerical variable, we will do a video about that. Okay, now let's keep going. Keep in mind, we're testing the birth weight is all the same for different facilities. Okay, so we'll just go Analyze, go to Analyze, and then we do Compare Means, because that's basically what we are doing, and hit one-way ANOVA. Okay, I have something already left there. All right, so we are comparing the birth weight. So put birth weight, which is the numeric variable, into the dependent list. The factor that we are grouping is based on, if you remember, different hospitals, right? So hospital will be, the facility will actually be the grouping factor. So move the factor over. And in the options, let's also pick descriptive. By default, it's not checked, but if you want to get it, you need to check this box. So check descriptive, continue, hit OK. So the SPSS will be computing, and you'll get a bunch of output just in a minute. Basically, you'll be getting 2 outputs. Okay, one is the descriptives, second is the ANOVA table. Okay. If you look at the descriptive table, it tells you for different facility, right, Albany Medical Center, the information on their baby birth weight. Such as in the Albany Medical Center, their average weight is 3109. Okay, if it's I think it will be the unit will be gram. And the Bellevue Hospital 3238, Olean General Hospital 3189, and Strong Memorial Hospital the mean birth weight will be 3072 grams. Okay. Okay, so going back to our PowerPoint, let's see how do we get this solved. And again, the first step will be listing the hypothesis. Second step will be copying and pasting the output from SPSS, including the first table on descriptive stats and the second table on the ANOVA table, right? ANOVA table. And then we'll be looking for the information that's needed for the ANOVA test. Hold on. Okay, so the ANOVA test, the information we need, first of all, is the test statistic, right? We understand in ANOVA test, the test statistic will be F. So F stat is 1.181. And then the last one, SIG, represents the p-value, right? This is the p-value. So p-value here is 0.317. We should go ahead and state the rejection rule. Again, that's just similar to what we have done so far. Reject null hypothesis if p-value is less than the significance level, 0.05. Okay. But our p-value is 0.317, so we fail to reject null. There is not sufficient evidence to conclude that mean birth weights, okay, differ by the hospital, differ by the facility. Okay, so that's generally how we do it in SPSS, and you can see that two tables are in the output. First table will give you the information on the mean weights. Okay, if there would be difference, you would be able to tell something from this table. Second table is for the actual ANOVA test. In our situation, there's no difference, right? We cannot conclude that the mean birth weight does differ by the hospital. So you can tell which center would have a higher mean weight than the others. Okay, so that's how we do in SPSS. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.